Hi YouTube, it's Evan. Today's video is going to be about astral projection or astral traveling, what it is, what kind of techniques you can use to achieve that kind of open level of mindedness and for you to astral project, in my experience with it. So this might be a series, I don't really know if it will be. I plan to make a bunch of playlists later to put kind of all my videos in a specific little area, but yeah, so real quick, let's just start off with what is astral projection or astral travel. And astral projection is when your spirit self and your soul self leave your physical body and they're able to travel to different realms. And what I mean by realms is they can go to the past, the future, the unknown, fairy realms, the unknown, I think I already said that. Basically, really basically anywhere. And there's a few techniques if you were not born with the talent. Some people are born with the talent to and they just naturally, usually unknowingly, astral project, and they've been able to do it since pretty much their whole lives. And then there are also some people who study up on it and they basically teach themselves how to do it. I, however, am one of those people where I have been able to astral project since I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I never knew what it was called until recently. And when I say recently, I mean like the past year and a half, 2 years. I thought basically they were just really vivid dreams, really, really intense, and that's actually not even the case at all. I mean, it was actually, come to find out after research and looking at case studies and talking to other people about it, it's actually not a dream at all. And sometimes, not always, I remember my travels, and sometimes I do not remember my travels. But no matter what, I do, every time I wake up physically from astral projecting, my physical body is very exhausted and I'm very tired and groggy, and I usually don't remember my travels, but there are some that I do remember and have remembered since I was a child. Now, moreover, about my journey with astral projection, like I said, I've been able to do it since I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I never knew what it was. I just thought that they were really, really intense dreams, and sometimes my physical body would wake up and it would, you wake up and you're panting and those kind of intense dreams. And at first, when I first started to astral project and astral travel as a child, usually I encountered pretty negative entities and pretty dark spirits unknowingly. Like I wasn't trying to seek out these entities, I wasn't trying to find them. I was just basically a naive child who thought I was just dreaming. And that kind of goes with a different part of the video. Is I grew up in a haunted house. The town I live in is about 150 years old. And the town I live in, actually, the main gold mine in town actually flooded in the early 1890s, and it killed a lot of people. Also, the cemetery in the town I live in has been moved several times. Some of the bodies, just the headstones, were moved, and some of the actual physical bodies were never recovered. So I think that might have a lot to do with having a spiritual openness with where I live and where I grew up and everything like that. But anyway, I started seeing a lot of things in my dreams that I realized in my day-to-day physical life were still present. I don't want to necessarily say premonition kind of astral projecting, but I remember my very, very first astral projection travel memory I had, and I actually remember it was on my 9th birthday, and this is like the most detailed one I remember, and it was on my 9th birthday, and my astral body was in the future to where I was about 16, almost 17, and my spirit and soul self was watching from like an aerial view of my physical self. And I was in a little white car with a friend. I couldn't see the friend at the time, but I was a passenger. And it was about rush hour traffic, and it was the middle of winter because there was a lot of snow on the ground, and there was actually snow falling. So I just presumed it was a regular old winter in Colorado. Well, we're driving along, and we're driving, and like I said, this is all being seen from when I was 9 years old, when I was a child, from an aerial view. So I saw myself older, like I said, I was about 16, 17, in my astral projection dream or travel, if you will. And suddenly the car gets into a collision, and the collision's really bad, and both cars are pretty mangled and pretty smashed up. I mean, luckily I survived, and all the passengers, everybody involved in the accident survived, and there was no really bad physical injury to anybody, thank God. But I remember waking up the minute of the collision in my actual travel, that I actually woke up and I had a pounding headache, and I was actually trembling. I was physically shaking. I was crying. I was hyperventilating, and I was 9 years old, and I was borderline having an anxiety attack from this dream I thought I had. Well, years later, I actually was in a car accident when I was 16, 17 with my good friend Zachary, and we did actually hit somebody completely by accident. The person in front of us actually slammed on the brakes in the middle of a green light intersection, and like I said, it was winter time, and my friend Zachary hit a patch of black ice, and as he tried to slam on the brakes, when you hit ice, you just keep moving, so the collision happened. And I don't really know if I was more shook up when the actual accident happened, because the first thing I thought of was, thank God we're all okay. And the second thing I thought of was major deja vu, and then I instantly recalled the dream I had on my 9th birthday. So if that is something that's ever happened to you, or if something similar has ever happened to you, comment below and let me know what has happened. But that has been my experience, my first beginning experience of astral projection. Since then, I have learned to meditate. I have put up a psychic shield to where those negative energies I was talking about will not encounter me, and the bad spirits, if you will not come and communicate with me. So, yeah, speaking of astral projection and putting up a psychic shield, there are some ways you can astral project. You can teach yourself how, and a lot of it is through basic meditation. Basically getting down to your basic cyclic level, which is deep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, about between 5 and 10 deep breaths, and just really focusing on just letting go of everything, opening your mind. Don't think of the daily mundane things you have to think and work about every day, and things like that. Just really let your mind go and let your mind flow. So meditations, a lot of people do that really help them achieve this level, is they do guided meditation. You can do guided meditation by actually having somebody speak to you and kind of their voice kind of easing you into the realm and easing you into your meditation and relaxation state. Or you can actually envision your voice telling you what to do, telling you, in through your nose, out through your mouth, or whatever your form of meditation may be. Or you can do, a lot of people actually, believe it or not, astral project in their sleep, whether this be conscious sleeping, as in you're going to go to bed, or daydreaming. Daydreaming is also, for some people, have been linked to astral project when they daydream. I'm not one of those people. I think that's definitely a talent. I've never been able to consciously astral project. I've always had to, kind of meditate and will myself to sleep to astral project. So if you can do that, comment below and let me know. It's really awesome if you can. Some other ways you can do that is you can astral project through your chakras, either individual chakras, or you can do them all as a whole. So there is a multitude of ways you can do this. Basic divination, like I said, that kind of goes with astral projecting consciously, being awake, as in, you can maybe get a little divination bowl, fill it with water, and get a candle, kind of focus the candle's flame on the water, and kind of maybe that might help somebody to consciously astral project. But I don't know. But anyway, Yes, that's going to be the first installment of my video series, psychic series. I don't know yet, but like this video and let me know if you like it, if you're interested in learning about telepathy or psychometry or clairvoyancy, more in-depth divination and more in-depth astral projection. I would love to do more videos, as well as do a lot of more videos on ways to teach you guys how to meditate, about the ways I just told you guys, different kinds of meditation. Maybe I can show you guys some of those, and maybe you guys can give them a try. But anyway, comment below if you astral project, and if you do, what is your form of meditation, or how do you achieve that brain openness and that mind openness to really get you to a different realm. But until then, I wish you all lots of light, love, and blessings, and I will see you next time.